Hey guys, doing well today. So yeah, today we will be doing a preview for Hurricanes versus Blues for round one of Super Rugby Aotearoa. So yeah, no, when looking at both sides, obviously they are pretty strong. I'd say overall. I mean, like if you look at the previous picture of these two sides played against, it was 29-27 to the Hurricanes. At Sky Stadium within Wellington. So obviously it will be a close game. I would expect it to be a close game like last time. More or less. I mean both sides are pretty much have a pretty fully strength squad. I mean, there's not really any injuries to both squads that stand out. But overall, no, it should be a very, very close game for sure. So now, here's the lines for both sides, obviously, and I'll take you through and just tell you my opinion on the different sets and just who I think will actually come out on top within each of the positions. So now, when you look at the props, for the Hurricanes, the prop position is actually be a very interesting selection. You could say a battle between both sides, because obviously for the Hurricanes you do have Fraser Armstrong as well as Tyrell Lomax. But then for the Blues, you actually have James Lay, who's making his debut for the Blues, which is exciting to see, and you have Nepalala, who's actually come in from the Chiefs. So it's actually two new props who are actually starting for the Blues within the first game of this competition. So that's actually interesting to see. Obviously, I haven't seen too much of James Lay. I know obviously he played within the Mitre 10 Cup. But other than that, I mean, he doesn't really have a lot of Super Rugby experience. But Nepalala for sure is high quality. Definitely an all black prop. But yeah, no, it will be tough to obviously go against Fraser Armstrong and Tyrell Lomax, because both of them really put in good shifts last season for the Hurricanes. I probably edge it towards the Hurricanes within this section, only because they have a lot more experience within Super Rugby. But when you do look at the hookers though, the hookers is a very interesting one, because you have a Safa Moore obviously for the Hurricanes, and then you have Kurt Eklund for the Blues. And to be honest, I think both of them are actually very good hookers in the sense where they're both young hookers, or younger hookers than the normal. And yeah, I think both of them actually had pretty standout seasons. I'd say for both clubs last season. I think Kurt Eklund really impressed the Blues and just how he was just able to get a ton of tries really. And his line-out accuracy was actually very good. But I'll probably edge it towards the Safa more within this one, purely on the basis which I just think he has a lot more potential to grow into like a better hooker, and I can definitely see him being a future hooker for the All Blacks. I can definitely see that happening. But yeah, when you do look at obviously the locking positions, for the Hurricanes, they do have James Blackwell and Scott Scrapton. While on the other hand, when you look at the Blues, they have Patrick Tuipulotu as well as Jared Tawari. So no, it's a very interesting. That'll be a key battle for this match for sure. But we'll have to see who wins that. I mean, I'd probably edge it toward. I mean, Patrick Tuipulotu on his day, what was actually one of the best locks you could say within Super Rugby Aotearoa, last year. I wouldn't disregard James Blackwell and Scrapton, because I think they went under the radar of how well they actually did for the Hurricanes last season. Overall, I'd probably edge it towards the Blues within this section, purely on the basis that Patrick Tuipulotu I think can carry the Blues within that positions. But when you do look at the loose forwards, this is kind of where the main battle you could say is between both camps, as both the Hurricanes and Blues have very, very good loose forwards. I mean, from the Hurricanes, they have the likes of Via Fafita, they have Artie Sevilla, who's obviously captaining the side, and then you have Devin Flanders, who's a decent loose forward. And then for the Blues, you have Akira Ione at 6, you have Dalton Papali at 7, and then you have Hoskins Satutu at 8. So it's a very interesting team overall. I mean, I think both sets have very good loose forwards. I mean, I'll probably edge it towards the Blues within this section. Not because I obviously know Artis Villa is just, he's levels above, I'd say, at this moment. He is still the best loose forward out of the 6 there. But more or less, I think Akira, Papali, and Satutu just combined together will actually, I'd say disrupt any progress that the Hurricanes loose forwards will have within the game at all, and will definitely be, I think, better within the breakdown for sure. But yeah, obviously when you do look at the 9-10 combo between both sides, obviously for the Hurricanes you do have the likes of Tamaninain and then Gordon Bishop, it's an interesting, I'd say, interesting combination for them. I wouldn't say they have a lot of experience. I mean, Gordon Bishop I'd say did pretty well obviously last year. He did step in obviously because of Bodie. Then going to the Blues, but I think they're really going to lose TJ Perinara here. I mean, like, more or less. I mean, to have It's my name. It's more or less he doesn't have a lot of experience within Super Rugby, so we'll see how he goes. But when you do look at the Blues 9-10 combination, I wouldn't say it's as much better in a sense where you have Sam Knock as well as Aotearoa Black. And to be honest, I originally preferred Sam Knock at the 9 position, but when you looked at Finlay Christie and what he actually did for the Blues last season, I actually prefer him now more. So that I'd rather have Finlay Christie and Aotearoa Black, but more or less it's a good combination, and I think Aotearoa Black will definitely step up his game from last year because he was very good for the Blues in conversions as well as penalties. So yeah, hopefully he can keep that up. So I'd probably edge towards the Blues within the 9-10 combinations as well. The centres is an interesting one, obviously. I mean, for the Hurricanes, you do have the likes of Lea Mape, who's just he's a total freak and a freak of nature, and he's just too good. He's so good, and he obviously his partner in crime is Billy Proctor, who is coming up the ranks. So he's definitely one to look out for in this game for sure. But then they are facing the likes of Harry Plummer and Reiko Liani. So it's more or less, I think Lea Mape shouldn't have trouble getting past them. I mean, I think he'll be a bulldozer within this game and just pretty much, it'll be hard for Reiko and Harry Plummer to stop Lea Mape. Let's just put it in that sense. But you never know with Reiko. He has the ability to just get past players like that, and if he has his day, if he's on his A game, then you better watch out. But I'll probably edge it towards the Hurricanes within this section, pretty on the basis that they have Lea Mape, who is just, if he's good, if he's on his A game, like I said before with Rico, then he's unstoppable. But just moving on to the wingers. The wingers obviously for the Hurricanes, you do have the return of Julian Sevilla. So this is actually a very interesting one to see, and hopefully he does well within his first game back for the Hurricanes. And then obviously you have Wes Goosens partnering up with him. So that's a pretty good, I'd say, combo there within both wingers. And then for the Blues, obviously you do have the likes of Caleb Clark and then Mark Talea. So it's going to be a very, I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of tries come from the wingers within this game. Let's just put it that way, because all the wingers within this game have the ability to actually get over the line and actually score a lot of tries. I'll probably edge it towards the Blues within this section only because Talea and Clark really, in my opinion, as a Blues fan, I really enjoyed watching them last season. And I thought they really, stepped up their game. So I think they'll continue to do that and continue their progress. But the last position really is just the fullbacks, and obviously you do have the likes of Jordy Barrett at 15 compared to Stephen Perifetta, who is coming back from injury, so that's great to see. But I think it's an obvious who I'm selecting. I'm gonna probably say Jordy Barrett will have the better game, and that's not really going to be a surprise in that sense. I mean, if he has he'll be very good early within the air, and hopefully he'll be good within the high ball. And just his kicking game. If his kicking game is on point, then the Hurricanes should be good. But it is interesting to see Stephen Perifetta at 15 because obviously we haven't seen him play in a while. So hopefully he makes the impact straight off the back, or else we might have a problem sorting out who actually might come into that position. But anyway, when you do look at the bench for both sides, the bench is pretty simple, more or less. I mean, both sides have, for the Hurricanes, they have Alex Fido, Duplessis Karifi off the bench. They also have, Raisi. But then when you look at the Blues, they have the likes of, they have Carlton Mafe for the props. That's pretty good there. You have Tunga Fossey as well for the prop position, Tom Robinson, and Jack Goodhue. Those are the main ones. So I'd probably say the Blues edge it towards on the bench, but overall, if I had to give a prediction for the game, I'd probably edge it towards. As a Blues fan, I really want to say that the Blues will win this, but I just have a funny feeling that the Hurricanes will actually win this. So I'm going to say the Hurricanes will win by 2 points. I'm going to say. Actually, no, they'll win it by 3 points. I'll say they'll win the game. I'll say they'll win. 27-24 to the Hurricanes. That's my final prediction for the game. But anyway, just that's kind of it really. Just if you guys enjoyed the video, definitely like, comment, and subscribe. And just definitely comment below just to give me your predictions on who you guys will think will win. So see you guys next time.